There's a certain electricity in the air at the start of big golf week, the kind where you can sense something significant is brewing before a single shot has even been struck. That feeling is very much alive right now heading into the Players' Championship at TPC Sawgrass, because two major storylines have emerged simultaneously, and together they paint a picture of just how consequential this tournament really is, both for the players competing inside the ropes and for the entire region surrounding one of golf's most iconic venues. The first story centers on the man who arrived this week carrying the title of defending champion. Rory McIlroy was in the middle of his week at the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill when things took an unexpected turn. During a pre-round gym session, he felt a sudden, sharp sensation in his lower back. Initially, he hoped it was something manageable, but once he reached the practice range, the discomfort escalated into full lower back spasms, and he made the difficult call to withdraw from the tournament entirely. For anyone who follows Rory closely, that decision alone was striking. It marked the first time since 2013 that he had withdrawn from a PGA Tour event mid-competition, which speaks volumes about how serious the situation felt in that moment. What's important to understand, though, is that Rory himself framed the withdrawal less as an alarm and more as a calculated precaution. The real priority on his mind wasn't finishing Bay Hill. It was arriving at TPC Sawgrass in good enough shape to compete across 72 holes at the most prestigious non-major event on the entire PGA Tour schedule. He immediately returned to his South Florida home and began intensive physical therapy to address the spasms. And as of Monday, he remained committed to playing this week. That commitment matters because Rory isn't simply one name among many in this field. He is the defending champion after one of the more memorable finishes the tournament has seen in recent years. The 2025 Players' Championship was pushed to a Monday conclusion after heavy weekend rainfall disrupted the schedule, and when play finally resumed, Rory found himself in a playoff against J.J. Spaun. It took 3 additional holes before he closed it out and claimed the title. That victory made him a 2-time Players' Champion, joining a group of only 8 golfers in the tournament's history to have won the event more than once. The stakes this week go even deeper than defending a title. Rory currently sits at world number 2 in the official rankings, right behind Scottie Scheffler, and a strong performance at Sawgrass could meaningfully close that gap. He already has momentum from a runner-up finish at the Genesis Invitational earlier this season. And layered on top of all of that is the historic achievement he completed in 2025 when he finally won the Masters at Augusta National in a playoff against Justin Rose to complete the career Grand Slam. That victory ended a decade-long wait for a major championship and placed him among just 6 players in the sport's history to have captured all 4 modern major titles. So when you consider that Rory is simultaneously the defending Players' Champion, the world number 2, and the reigning Masters winner, it becomes very clear why the golf world is watching every update about his back with such close attention. Should he receive full medical clearance, he is slated to play in one of the marquee broadcast groups alongside Xander Schauffele and Hideki Matsuyama on Thursday and Friday, giving fans around the world a chance to follow his every move from the opening round. While that drama commands attention on the competitive side of things, the second major story this week reminds us of everything the Players' Championship represents beyond the sport itself. According to the St. John's County Chamber of Commerce, the tournament is projected to generate approximately $150 million in economic impact for Northeast Florida during the course of the week. More than 200,000 unique visitors are expected to pass through the gates at TPC Sawgrass, and that influx of people touches virtually every corner of the local economy. Hotels operate at capacity. Short-term rentals are fully booked. Restaurants, bars, and local businesses across the region experience a significant surge in traffic and revenue that they plan around well in advance. Scott Maynard, the Senior Vice President of Economic Development for the Chamber, has noted that local businesses genuinely depend on this week, given the scale of the financial activity it generates. Of that $150 million figure, roughly $40 million represents direct spending by visitors during the tournament itself, money flowing immediately into restaurants, transportation services, accommodations, and entertainment across the area. What makes the tournament's economic footprint even more remarkable is that it extends well past the final round. The global broadcast exposure that Sawgrass receives each year inspires a substantial number of viewers and fans to plan future visits to St. Johns County, whether to vacation in the area or to play the stadium course themselves. When those return trips and the broader year-round tourism they generate are factored in, the total annual economic contribution tied to the course and the tournament climbs to an estimated $234 million. And then there is the charitable dimension of the event, which deserves far more recognition than it typically receives. The Players' Championship generates between $8 million and $9 million in charitable contributions for the Northeast Florida community each year. And since the tournament relocated to Ponte Vedra Beach in 1977, total charitable giving connected to the event has surpassed $100 million. Practice rounds are set to begin Tuesday, with the official competition opening Thursday, and fans attending this year will encounter a number of new technology integrations and upgraded spectator experiences throughout the week. When you take a step back and absorb everything unfolding at once, the full picture of what makes this tournament so unique comes into focus. On one side, there's one of golf's most accomplished and compelling figures navigating a physical setback while chasing history. On the other, there is a tournament that functions as a genuine economic and charitable force for an entire region. That combination of elite competition and real-world impact is exactly what makes the Players' Championship feel unlike anything else on the calendar. And it is exactly why the conversation around this week never stays confined to what happens between the ropes.